Justin's running. He's going to eat his...
Run.
Running.
Quickly.
You take your...
Oh, Justin, you left something over here.
Don't have time.
Take it with you.
No, he didn't leave anything. Welcome to No Results Only Excuses, where we talk fitness nonsense and partial facts. My name is Matthew Bauman, and as always, these guys.
Who's in the middle?
Justin Swart.
Justin's sitting in the middle today. So now we don't know how to speak. And Courtney did.
Just staring at each other.
Justin's sitting in the middle, so he's going to be super loud.
Super loud. Sorry, guys. I'll actually try to speak a little softer.
Voice.
Yeah, if you guys, if your ears blow up.
I don't know if my talking has got any better after doing this 20 times.
Oh yeah?
21 today.
I think the problem is you don't speak from your belly.
I was doing this 20 times. How do you speak from the belly?
You speak from the back of your throat.
I'm not a good talker, a public talker.
I'm going to speak like a man today.
Courtney speaks from the nose, Matthew speaks from the throat.
Hi guys. What do you speak from?
From the belly.
From the belly.
He's always braced. He's got his core tight, his ribs down.
Yeah.
He's keeping his knees and his ankles together while he's talking.
The intra-abdominal pressure is immense.
How long have you been talking to clients? How many years?
In my life?
Yeah.
Cheapest. I mean, I think I started at 360 when I was, even at Virgin Active when I was like 18, 19. So maybe 10 years.
10 years. Yeah. So he's perfect.
Good speaker.
Yeah.
And I know he's good. He's got a good vocabulary.
Yes.
No.
That is from doing lots of reading and also studying English for 2 years.
No.
I was forced to read many books at Stellenbosch.
Yeah. At Stellenbosch. You studied English at Stellenbosch.
I studied English at Stellenbosch.
Was this before the sports science?
This was part of my sports science degree. I did BA. So for 3 years I did BA subjects alongside the sports science. I did sociology for 2 years, psychology for 3 years, and I said English for 2 years. Sociology was for 1 year.
Oh, okay.
I actually loved it. It was very intensive, but I enjoyed it.
Do you read a lot now?
Not as much as I should.
I'd like to read more.
Yeah.
So can you like figure out people's problems?
In terms of psychology,
yeah.
I think from experience than from what I studied, I think I have a good understanding for dealing with like emotions that people bring to training and stresses and anxieties.
Yeah.
Just tell them to leave.
Yes. Don't go so hard.
Yes. Tell them to stop cheating.
Stop cheating.
Count properly.
Get out of here.
You mean in their lives or in the workout?
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking that's where you can use it. So yes.
You know, I think like I said, from experience, you learn how to handle people and different personalities around their training.
Good.
The most important thing is to make sure that they get their session in.
You must host a seminar.
Yeah.
How to read people and influence them.
Definitely.
For the better.
It requires a lot of patience and a lot of empathy, especially if you've been through a similar situation. It helps.
Okay, good. I think that's going to be useful for our main topic of the day, which you haven't read, but it's fine because you're a good talker because you studied English, sociology.
So he'll just get his way around.
Just make it up.
In little spaces.
One thing I can tell a funny story.
Yeah.
As part of my one sociology project, I had to go and sit in a synagogue. And I went to this Jewish church around the corner from where I stay, and it was very weird in the sense that I was the only blonde person there. So everyone was sitting around, and in walks this blonde guy, which looks like the furthest thing from being Jewish ever, unless I was there to convert, which I'm guessing some of them might not have been so sure about. And I had my little hat on, and we would sit down in the pews, and every now and then everyone would stand up and turn to the left, and then they would sit down. And whenever time everyone stood up, I didn't know when they were going to stand up, so I remained seated. And then often I would try and catch up and then turn the right direction, and they would all be sitting down by the time I had stood up.
Yes.
And they were looking at me like as if I was being disrespectful, but I was just confused.
Yes.
And I must say it was a very interesting experience, but I had to document it, and I had to report back on different religions within society. But man, there's so much that goes on out there which you don't know about.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
Never been to a synagogue.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
I've been to a mosque once for a wedding. But that was it.
That's also interesting.
Been to church twice.
If you're not used to the culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never.
I mean, at the Newlands box, at around lunchtime, the guys are all praying inside the mosque. But because it's become so popular, they even put carpets
outside
on the pavement outside the mosque.
Yeah.
It's immense.
Yeah.
Where was it? I was in Hong Kong where we went to some sort of church there. We had to walk around in circles inside.
Inside the church?
Yeah, and then we lit up, I don't know what they call it a church, I'm not sure what it was. Then we lit up lots of incense. Like really thick ones. But it was like a money making thing because I think they gave up on giving the little ones. So they made these really thick ones.
Yeah.
Maybe someone can message us
and they made you buy it.
What I was doing.
You had to buy one.
Yeah, well the guy that was taking us around bought them for us.
Okay.
And stick them in and make some wishes or something.
Speaking of Hong Kong, I got a phone call today from Vietnam.
Really?
I didn't answer.
Why?
I don't know. Why would someone be phoning me from Vietnam?
Was it just a number and then you looked on?
Yeah, it just said Vietnam.
Oh.
I was like, who do I know that
They
lives
want
there?
you to come and teach English.
I don't know what to do.
Yes.
I just ignored it.
They heard that you did English for 2 years.
So
we'll get that guy over.
Okay, cool. So phone back, Vietnam people.
But Courts, why didn't you tell us what's in the news today?
In the news, Matt knows all about the news today.
Oh, this is Matt's turn.
Yeah, Matt.
Courtney's going to apologise about the wind.
Don't you dare tell us about the news. Matt, please tell us about the news.
Yes.
So firstly, we have gusts going outside. It sounds like helicopters landing on the roof.
Yes.
So
And why is it much louder than what it should be?
Because the window that broke about a month ago hasn't been repaired.
Yeah, it's never going to be repaired. I'm convinced.
I'll be honest.
Yes, let's make a bet.
When I saw the window break, part of me was a little bit excited because it meant that these recording sessions would be a little bit more ventilated.
A little bit more air.
Normally, Matt and Courtney like to close every window and every door.
Yes.
And basically cause a hot box.
We like to loosen up.
Because our listeners
Isn't that little one's, it's been taped closed?
Yeah.
We should do that. I think you should. Wait, all three of them are. Have
Yeah.
all these broken except for one of them?
No. I think those are still windows.
Are those painted?
But they've been taped closed as a cheap solution for curtains.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
There's some funny
It's a
things
little
that
bit
go
too
on.
bright in here.
Wow.
Okay, on with the news.
Yes.
So for you strongman people,
Strongman people.
strong man. Okay.
Lovers.
For you
lovers
strong
of,
people.
Lovers of strong men.
Strong people stuff. That's what I wrote down.
Okay.
Okay. Are you aware of Stephanie Cohen?
I've seen Stephanie Cohen now. She's a doctor of physical therapy. Likes to make YouTube videos. Likes to deadlift things.
I only saw that it said doctor on her thing today.
Yeah.
She is Latino, is she not?
Maybe.
I'm not sure she doesn't speak English.
Eh?
I think she doesn't speak English.
No, she speaks English.
No, I mean she does speak English,
does
but
speak
she posts
English,
things in different languages.
I
think so.
I think she's from South America.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
I just know that she's very, very strong.
No, I'm not using all my data on
I
Instagram.
think that Steffi Cohen's quads, like one quad is about the size of two of yours combined.
Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah, very likely my quads.
And
She could put three of them.
I think she could break her ribs if she squeezed you between her legs.
Yeah, I remember we used to have a coach here that did that once. She squeezed the watermelon. It was a viral Instagram video.
It made it everywhere.
So Steffi Cohen could easily do that.
Yeah, 100%.
Right with the coconuts.
But with human beings.
The human beings' heads.
Well, recently Stephanie, which I didn't write down, but I think I said it to you, she weighs 58.1 kilos.
Oh,
or
very light.
51.8. Partial fact.
She weighs 50-ish.
50-ish, yes, or for 60-ish.
Did you ask her if we could speak about her weight publicly?
She publicly posted it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she was a different language and I just
She's
took
not
it down.
shy.
She's like, don't post this.
She's not shy.
But she can deadlift 205 kilos. That's a world record.
Wow, that's 5 kgs off my PB.
I'm luckily I got her there, 10 kilos more.
Okay.
She can bench 102.5 kilos.
That's heavy.
That's not a world record.
That's more than Justin also.
And then she can squat more than all three of us.
Yes.
Which is
Wow.
202.5 kilos.
Wow.
But I watched the video of this unofficial world record.
Yeah.
So the one post I saw says unofficial, and then I'm reading off her Instagram and it says world record.
Yeah.
So to her, it's a world record. It's like one of those power or nah kind of things. Like she goes really like tight.
Riding the line.
Yeah, riding the line. You can't tell, but I mean, I don't know what their rules are. I don't know how it works. In that.
Oh.
I'm not too sure, but it definitely doesn't appear to be as deep as a regular
No,
CrossFit
not
squat.
a CrossFit squat, which is a bit too deep. if you were going to go for
a world record. Yeah. I mean, you're definitely not getting a bounce out the hole when you're riding.
So you could think of it like that.
Parallel, yeah.
She's just kind of slowing down there.
Do you think you could squat 202 to parallel and come back up again?
Sure. I don't know. I'm quite weak at parallel, to be honest.
Yeah. So is that a tougher feat? Hitting parallel and stopping and then coming up, or using that little ride at the bottom?
I think it's probably slightly easier.
I reckon.
I wouldn't try and balance.
Yeah, that might be a partial fact. Or partial opinion.
We must get to the strongmans to reply to us.
If it really was easier to go all the way to the bottom, they'd all be going all the way to the bottom.
Oh no, definitely. Well, I don't know about that. I think because it is easier going all the way to the bottom, where you get to recruit the stretch reflex, they maybe have had a standard where they say, we're not going to use that, and we want to see pure strength, similar to the way they pause with the deadlift or with the bench press, and then drive. There's no bounce or momentum off the chest, so it's down, pause, and press. So dead stop strength.
Okay.
I'm not sure. We'll have to ask our friend Sarah Heaney.
Yes.
And neuroscientist Sarah Heaney.
And Ryan Lincoln.
David Cross.
And David Cross.
Yes.
Those are all the
powerlifters. And
I'll
say Stephanie also. Maybe we can get a conversation going.
Oh, ask her about it. Yeah, that's really strong. I mean, she's deadlifting 4 times her body weight. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Jeez. The bench. She could work on that bench.
Yes. You tell her that in the comments. Bench is weak, Stephanie.
Bench weak. Fix.
Only double body weight. That's useless.
What would mine have to be? 180 kilos.
180. Jeepers.
Yeah, so that'll be her response to you, and then that'll be the end of the conversation.
Yeah, that'll be the end. I'll like the comments.
Sorry,
so then another bit of news. Martin Lises wins the 2020 Arnold Strongman USA over Brian Shaw.
Are you sure that's not pronounced Martin?
It's the qualifier actually. Martin's Lises. I thought they were saying Lises on the thingy. Yes. So I think this is the qualifier, and he beat Brian Shaw, who is USA's big man, who everyone's like, ooh, he must win. And old Martin's one, which is the qualifier for the big world strongman.
Wow.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I didn't research any further than that.
Good news.
Good. Well done, Martin Lises. And then because I was watching these things, YouTube recommended that I watch Eddie Hall's video about explaining how he achieved half a ton deadlift,
500 kilograms.
And it's okay. That's not my type of video, but he talks about how he did it and how he actually had a psychologist talk to him, and went to like a mental place and had to like imagine like attacking his family or his children, and like had to get into a evil place,
evil state.
And then he like says like, oh, you can see the close up of my eyes while I'm deadlifting, you can see my eyes change color, like things like that. Which I don't know if he means like
he just
like him doing that, or just his body.
Does he mean change color because the blood vessels in his eyes were about to burst?
Yes. But he explains how fucked up he was afterwards. Like he faints and then he like gets up and then he cheers to the crowd, goes back in, and he had to lay down for 30 minutes afterwards, and that's a bit of ECG on him.
So he went like Super Saiyan 3.
Yes, for a few seconds, and now he's challenging people. He says, "Come, try lift it." He says he wants to see people try, but he reckons no one's gonna take it.
The 3 of us together could probably do it.
We'll try.
Yeah.
Let's try now.
How many kilos together? Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. When we get stiff.
You guys have to do 200 kilos each, and I'll do 100 kilos. So I hope you guys can deadlift.
I think we can do it. We're going to have to do a bit of warm up.
Yeah, a little bit of a warm up. Maybe like 1 or 2 reps with a 12 kg kettlebell.
Yes. As long as you activate, and then we're going to visualize, and then that'll be it.
But the rule will be that we have to wear 1 big belt. Around the 3 of us.
Okay. I like that rule. We can get our sponsor heard.
Yeah, Hamish, can you make a belt big enough for the 3 of us?
And can we have our names at the back? Who's the middle athlete and who's the side?
We'll go in this coordination. No, actually, we got to put Courtney in the middle.
I think Courtney's in the middle.
Yeah. I'll just pretend to lift it. I'm just holding.
And then all of a sudden, Matt and I try to lift 250 each.
And then our eyes change colour.
And Courtney's just laughing.
Got you.
Okay, so this podcast I listened to in the week, and it's Julie Foch's podcast, and she interviews Dave Castro, which is it's a really good podcast. It's a really good episode. Yes. She asks really cool questions, and he answers most of the questions people were really interested in, probably further back after the changes happened. everyone wanted to know, Dave Castro this, Dave Castro that, what's up? And she asked a lot of them, and he answers really well. And did you listen to it?
I listened to like the first 20 minutes.
Oh.
So give us the summary. I mean,
I don't want to give too much away. Yes,
really?
That's what I was going to say. I deleted it out of here because I was going to say the guy has a family. I had no idea.
There's a wife and 2 kids.
What, did everybody think he was like a playboy?
Like a crazy man.
He's just silent about it, which he explains why, and he says he's got no interest in. He doesn't want anyone. He even says out he doesn't understand how Rich Froning and Khalifa show people his kids. He says it's brave of them.
Oh really?
Yeah, he even says it. But he doesn't have. I mean, he doesn't show anyone that he has a family.
Okay. But maybe that's because he's a military man.
Yeah, I think he's maybe slightly paranoid.
Yeah.
Because if you see Richard Froning's kids in the shop, what are you going to say to them?
Yes, that's what he said. I know their names.
Your dad couldn't climb a rope in 2010. What are you going to say to them?
Your dad's a loser back then.
Yeah.
I guess you get some creeps.
I don't know. I think it's a bit. What do you call it? Paranoid. Yeah.
So he talks about the changes, his role after all the changes, his hunting and all the guns thing.
Yeah.
And also about programming. He gives advice to guys that are doing the sanctionals, and he's actually not interested at all in the sanctionals.
I heard that, and
he doesn't care.
The thing about that is, a long time ago, I heard a interview with him, and he said about the sanctionals, and he said, no one has even bothered to ask me for advice on programming for the sanctionals. He said that, and I couldn't find it, so I looked for it, because then today, when I listened to this podcast, he said, I'm not interested in the sanctionals, I don't watch them. When guys send me workouts, he says Froning sent him the workouts for the Mayhem Classic, and he said, I don't want to see them.
Yeah.
So there was just why did you say that a while ago, and now you're saying you don't want to see them?
Beyond the Barbell, because they did have him.
I must listen and find it. I want to find that, because it's really silly that he said that and now he's changed his mind.
He was on Julia a while ago, maybe he said that.
Maybe he said it there.
So he talks about the program, and then he says his advice to the guys was keep it simple. He doesn't want to see all these frilly things. Maybe he wouldn't have liked the rowing, the strength and depth, the canoe.
Yeah.
But it's a cool podcast. I really enjoyed it.
It's called, what's Julie's podcast called? Pursuing Health.
There we go.
That's why I don't listen to the rest of the episodes.
Yeah.
Just listen to this one. The rest are really boring.
And the first 4 minutes, I think, is her just talking ads and stuff.
Yes.
Welcome to Pursuing Health.
Yes, it's a pre-recorded.
Julie for share.
Yeah, I find that put me off.
I'd skip immediately usually when I listen to.
Wow, that just grinds my gears.
If we had 6 sponsors and they were all paying us really well, I'd still say, look, we'll blend it in throughout the podcast somehow.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you want to give the guys who are supporting you a little bit of a leg up and some exposure, but not to the point where you're pissing people off.
Yeah.
What podcast? Remember that? That was, I think they're still going. Also, 5 minutes.
Yeah, terrible. And half of them were about Eddie Ift's shows that he was doing at some comedy club somewhere. Yeah. Very irritating.
And by the way, Courtney Dick is selling butterscotch cookies on Saturdays for 10 rand.
Nutritech milk tart bars.
Girl Scout cookies.
Matthew, what are you selling?
Selling Adapt for Life.
Adapt for Life.
Yes. Speaking of last week's episode, thank you for not replying Nutritech. Thank you for not replying Kauai, and thank you for not replying Future Life.
Yes.
But thank you for the likes from USN and from Adapt to Life.
Ah, good. And those
do you think USN liked the podcast because we mentioned them in a post? Do you think anyone actually listened to it?
So I don't think anyone listened, but thank you for making the effort to see this tag in the story. It was a story tag, and they liked it. Yeah. They didn't like the post though, so they got tagged twice, but they did not like the post.
Do you think that's because their social media management is just so poor?
I think it's either the owner sitting there on his phone. Well, let's see. How big is USN? Is it big?
Big, very big.
Okay, so they got a manager sitting there. Maybe they have too much coming in. I think the other guys miss it because it goes to that fucking stupid accept or delete.
Yes.
So you don't see it. And then either it's that they're just fucking lazy.
Side question: do you guys think that businesses in South Africa manage their e-commerce and social media platforms well?
I think some of them are really, really active, like Take-A-Lot and Superbalist, and I get some irritating emails from Game that you can't unsubscribe from. There's no unsubscribe thing at the bottom of it. I don't know where they got my email.
That's illegal.
That sounds very illegal.
It gets you in a little list and stuff.
Yeah.
I think half are doing a good job and
Sure.
half aren't
Do you
doing
think it's a
good
problem if the business owner is running the social media account?
job.
In terms of like
I don't think it's
professional standards.
Well, look, it's going to get to a point where the size is so big that they can't manage it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially if you're owner of a huge, humongous company, you're not even going to have time to do that. The problem that happens is when you get down to the social media manager's job, but that person is not told exactly what our voice is and how we are and so on. And then that's when you end up just getting likes or maybe really odd replies.
Yeah.
I guess it just comes down to having someone that's good at their job.
Yes.
Social and being paid well.
I think
and
it
they
could-
understand the
yeah.
brand that they're working for.
I mean, now in 2020, it's one of the best areas to maximize leads. And,
Yeah, well, it's the best
and
place to. You got to be everywhere. If you're not online, I mean, you're not in business.
Yeah.
No.
So you got to be everywhere. Even if you're not making the sales through social or Twitter or whatever, you're there because your eyes, the eyes are on you. If I was going to think about these bars now, maybe Adapt Your Life and USN would be in my head first because they liked my comment.
Yes.
Of
You
course.
know, and that really counts when it comes down to 30 days of me going back and forth thinking about what bar I'm going to buy. Or, which one do I really want?
Yeah.
And in the end, I'm like, fuck, I'm going for USN. They like my post.
Yes.
Even though I read about all the ones.
Yes.
And that stuff adds up and it really happens.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like making sales and things.
Yeah.
Of course. Back to the news.
Back to the news.
Well, that's the end of the news actually. And
Main topic of the day. I'm done. See you guys.
Matt's out.
Bye, Matt.
I'm out.
Cheers.
He's done his work for today.
Courtney, get going with the main topic.
Main topic of the day is actually an article that we read. Well, two of us have read it.
Yes, all two of us.
One of us hasn't read it. You can guess which one that is. But it's an article from Emily Beers at the Morning Chalk Up. And it's an op-ed article. And what I think that means is basically it's her opinion. So it's not necessarily opinion of the Morning Chalk Up.
Op-ed. Say op-ed.
Op-ed.
What does it stand for?
I don't know what it stands for.
Does it mean
It
that?
just means an opinion piece, I guess.
I didn't know that.
Well,
We'll just, from here on out, refer to as OPCOP.
Opkop. Yes. So we got Opkop from Emily Beers. And it has the catch, what's it called? Clickbaity. It has the clickbaity title of, if you're only offering group classes, you're basically Zumba.
Alright, let's define group classes.
Group classes. Class.
We're going to go so deep from the beginning.
So,
Okay, what is
So,
a group class?
group class, I guess, is lots of people in the class all doing the same program with no individualization.
I.e. a CrossFit class.
Yes.
Is that what she's saying?
Yes.
Mm,
So
Emily.
she's saying, if your CrossFit only offers group classes, you're basically Zumba.
So what's an alternative?
That's what we're going to get into now.
Justin
So-
should have read the article.
Justin should have read the article. So, Emily, she starts off with the article as saying that most CrossFit costs like 1,700 to 3,600 Rand a month,
Yes, sounds about right.
which is in America, which is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't pay
Yo.
that much.
We don't pay that much. So we're going to agree that this is all about American.
Yeah. So how much does CrossFit cost in South Africa? Like 1,000 to 1,400 maybe?
I was going to say 900 to. Are we going to say the 3 a week or the 7, the full package?
Let's say
unlimited?
it's all full unlimited packages.
Okay, so yeah,
It's probably like 1 to 1.5 grand
Yeah.
average for gyms.
If you-
I'll
lucky,
be
some months.
surprised if you find a gym asking for more than 2,000 Rand a month.
2,000 Rand a month, okay. So that's at the real top end.
Mm.
That's probably like some gym in Constantia.
so now we're
Village.
talking about either these are top end gyms or this is just the standard. So some of them could be really fraught.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So what she's saying is that CrossFit didn't begin with group classes. She says that when Greg started CrossFit, he was actually coaching individual classes. But what's happened over the years is that she says that people started CrossFit, they were trainers, but they weren't business people. And all they knew what to do, all they knew how to do was to offer group classes. And so the business that they developed was entirely a group class based business.
Okay.
So I don't know how true that is, but if you think about it, a lot of CrossFit gyms are opened by people who are athletes or used to be athletes, then maybe they played rugby and then they found CrossFit and they decided they loved it and they opened a gym.
Did you say Dragby?
Rugby,
Yes.
yes. They played rugby. That's cool.
You take so guys in steroids.
You
like,
take your
play
favorite.
rugby.
No, you take your favorite drugs like MDMA, psychedelics,
Yeah.
or weed, and then you basically collide.
You collide. You play sports.
You tackle each other and see what happens.
That's fun. That sounds like a great sport. So she says this is a problem for the business, for the coach, and also a problem for the client. So before looking at all the other stuff, what do you think about that, Justin?
I think she's a very negative person.
I think she's trying to create some kind of hype around this article. But it doesn't mean that
they told her we need content, Emily. Please write something controversial.
So basically, I feel like she's saying your gym needs to offer personal training.
Yes.
Okay, great. It needs to offer some sort of one-on-one consultation or screening process.
Yeah.
Agreed. But I don't think it's fair to suggest that the quality of the coaching or what the gym offers rides or dies on whether you offer classes solely or not.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a fair statement to make.
Yeah. So she says there's a problem for the client, the business, and the coach. So if we go through those one by one,
yes.
She says for the client, there's very little opportunity to look at individual needs when you're in a group class, because there's a generic program which may not be necessarily the best for everyone.
That's if you're coaching it like a robot.
Yeah.
Welcome, Courtney and Matthew. Today we are going to do Angie. 100 reps of the following.
It sounds just like Justy.
3, 2, 1, go.
I feel like working out right now.
That's what 2 years of English does too.
Oh, sorry, Courtney. You have a fucked up knee. Matthew, you have one arm. Please proceed with Angie. Do not scale. Do not even dare ask me a question. Just go.
Yes. So you say you disagree, basically.
I disagree. I mean, unless your coaching is as such, then you fucked.
Yeah.
But if you coach as you should, you should get to know every single client and member in your class by name with their respective injuries or concerns or limitations and capacities, and scale the workouts and modify accordingly.
I guess the scaled works as a good filter. So in the beginning, you are making sure that because you're modifying and scaling for some people, you almost half the job is done. Like they're not going to be hurting themselves.
Yeah, of course.
And then now it makes your life easier to walk around and look at them.
Yeah.
So I guess what she's saying is, let's take two people. Let's take Courtney and Matthew. So Courtney has a strong back and weak legs, and Matthew's the opposite. He has a weak back and strong legs. So we're all going to come to class today, and the program is squatting. So this program is really good for one of us and not good for the other one, because the other one should be working on their legs, but the other one's legs are strong.
That's assuming that you're squatting from Monday to Saturday.
Yes. So Emily's saying you should actually change the program and give Matthew more deadlifts and give Courtney more squats. But is that really necessary for the average person?
I don't think it's necessary. If your program is well-rounded, you could be squatting on Monday and deadlifting on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you're getting a well-balanced exposure to both stimuli.
Yeah. So everybody gets lifted, sort of.
Yes, and the barbell gets lifted.
And the barbell by the squats and the deadlifts. There we go. So that's Emily's first her first little rant targeted.
Okay.
So the next one I think is a bit more difficult. And I think this probably has some merit to it. She says when there's a big class and there's 20 people and you see them once a day, maybe 3 to 5 times a week, you can't really help them with their nutrition habits, form an emotional relationship with them, help them with the stress, and you can't really get to have a deep connection, like a deep trusting connection with them, because it's a bigger group.
Sure. So I think what is being discussed there is called a relationship.
Yes.
And in order to achieve those things, that definitely does not happen within a 1 hour session.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen one-on-one. It doesn't happen in a group of 20. That happens over, I would say, a minimum of a 3-month period. And within that period, there should be some one-on-one interactions and some group interactions with regards to those topics. But I don't believe that you can't be successful without, let's say, a 1 hour personal engagement.
Yeah.
That could be achieved on a much shorter time frame. Like I could meet you for 20 minutes. I could have a phone call with you. I could email you. I could WhatsApp you. Like there's different ways of interacting in a one-on-one setting.
Yeah.
Or make it more individualized.
So this will come up later, I'm sure. But then this is obviously, everyone's got to make money.
Of course.
So
how much time is in the day?
Yeah, surely, like if they would like Justin to be help a bit more with that kind of stuff, surely he'll be paid for it.
Yeah. So, well, that's
and take away his 1 hour of coaching and pay him double.
That's what she's saying about the business. So later on, she says that look, if we do offer these other things, you could potentially be charging more, and that's another question. But let's say we took money off the table now.
Yes.
We have Matthew as an athlete, and say he was
emotionally stressed.
Okay.
He has a lot of things to do. He just gobbles down whatever's at his desk. He has he's not paying his bills.
He has a kid at home.
And
sleeping on the newspaper.
Yeah,
yes.
sleeping on the newspaper.
Sounds like my life.
Do you?
Well described, Gordon.
Yeah. Like, do you want to be his life coach? Do you want to sit down with Matthew for an hour and like talk about his out of working out problems?
And our goal at this gym, the reason I've joined, is to
lose weight,
to become fit and healthy.
Yeah, let's say Matthew is just a 45-year-old overweight man, and he's got life stresses. Do you want to be his life coach? Do you want to talk to him about his problems and not just talk to him about his like squat mechanics?
About his squat mechanics.
Yeah.
Ideally, in a perfect world, it should be about the squat mechanics.
Yeah.
But I think with regards to the experience I've had over the past 10 years, you can't separate the two.
Yeah.
No matter what, Matthew's going to bring baggage into the gym. If he's had a good day, he's going to bring positivity. If he's had a bad day, he's going to bring negativity. And not everyone has the ability to compartmentalize their problems.
Yeah.
So whether you want to hear about it or not, you're probably going to come into contact with some form of emotional component, which will require motivating the guy or talking about it. And make him realize that, you know, maybe the gym is not the best place to get deep and conversational about one's problems. Or you can say, hey, listen, I want to be there for you, but let's discuss this after class or at a more appropriate time. You know.
So like if we had say a personal training session, and we spent half the time exercising and half the time just talking about life issues and giving life coaching advice, is that something you'd be interested in doing for clients?
Yeah, I think if you wanted to define the service as in like, hey, this is we offer this and this, then I would absolutely put a separate fee on it. Like if you want me to go into that mode where I'm delivering the best life coaching advice I have to offer, I would like to differentiate between the two and then be paid accordingly.
So I think that's what Emily's saying. She's saying that we're not getting that sort of deep stuff in the group class, and obviously if the coaches want to offer that, that's great, but they should obviously be paid more.
Yeah, sure.
And that should fit into the business model of the gym.
Sure.
But I'm not sure if everybody needs that. Like me and Matthew, we don't need to talk to a coach about our problems.
Well, I'll be honest with you. From a personal training perspective, I think that too often, much time is lost talking shit,
talking cock
about life.
Yeah, especially if it's one-on-ones.
And if Matt says to me, hey, like, listen, I don't mind spending 45 minutes talking about my problems.
Yeah.
Cool. But then again, I'm kind of failing him if I'm allowing him to waste 45 minutes of his hour talking about his wife when he should be getting fit.
Yeah.
So there's a certain responsibility that the coach has to redirect the focus back to what the original transaction was, which is paying for health and fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so again, it's a grey area.
Yeah, you should probably see a therapist if he wants to talk about his life problems.
He should.
Yeah, a professional therapist, not a coach.
Some personal trainers are cheap.
Cheap therapists, they're like bartenders.
Yes. Bartenders like another level.
Yes.
A lower level.
Yeah. Okay.
Perhaps.
So that solves all that. So what she's saying, we've gone over already, is you could probably charge more if you added in these extra life coaching things. And she's given a possible alternative business model for CrossFit, whereas it would say 3 group classes a week, let's say instead of charging 1,500 rand, you charge 2,500 rand, but it included 3 group classes a week, plus 1 individual coaching session a week, plus 1 monthly check-in where you just talked about life issues. I'm not sure if people would be really interested in that, willing to pay 2.5 grand, 1,000 rand a month more for that.
So how about this? I mean, I can say from experience that we've tried different models, and even when you offer people one-on-one time as part of the package or a separate fee, not everybody makes use of it.
Yes.
Not everyone needs it. So to suggest that it should be a mandatory fixture in one's schedule or a gym schedule is maybe a bit oversighted, like overvaluing the fact that you think that's what people are interested in. I think in an ideal world, everybody is dealing with their stress, right? And they have some coping mechanisms with regards to any psychological challenges they have. They then I would hope would want to come to the gym to have some fun, not to have to rehash the shit of the day in that 1 hour that they're experiencing in the gym. So unless the client's engaging with you about it, for you to then like say, right, in this hour, Courts, we're going to talk about all the things that are stressing you out in your life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if Courts wants to do that at a space that he actually would like to identify as a happy space.
Yes. Yeah.
You know? So I think it's it's thought-provoking, but at the same time, I don't know if that is actually what, for example, CrossFit gyms are trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Like, is it really a one-stop shop?
Yeah. Does it need to be?
Does it need to be?
I'm not sure it needs to be. Like you say, we have skill sessions here where we're supposed to book individual sessions with coaches to work on like pull-ups or whatever. And like, I think I've been to 1 in the last 5 years.
I didn't do any.
Okay, would you guys say that you haven't been to any because you haven't cared about it, or would you say that you feel like you get enough coaching in the class to warrant feeling competent?
Yeah, probably get enough coaching in the class.
No, I think I was satisfied.
Yeah.
And then,
but maybe
I know what I'm doing wrong most of the time.
So here's another exactly. So you're quite athletic, you're quite well experienced, and you're at a point now where you can kind of like identify your own issues and realize that mastering a movement requires hard work and practice. Whereas maybe Courtney comes to the gym, he's like, you know what, it's been keeping me up at night for 6 weeks that I just can't do a bar muscle up. Can you please schedule a session with you? Like, I think it's awesome that Courtney then knows he has that opportunity.
Yeah.
It's now, the onus is upon him to book it.
Yeah. But if it was mandatory, like if I had to pay 1,000 rand more and I had to go and sit down with this coach every month for an hour, I don't think I'd take that membership option. I'd rather save 1,000 rand and just go to class like normal.
Yeah. People are lazy. People are lazy. You have so many programs online available, YouTube videos, everything to teach you how to squat more in 2 months.
Yeah.
People won't do it, even though it's something they really want.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think I've identified as being a big issue is every single time you prescribe someone something extra, they start reflecting on that as being stressful. Oh, I've got to go to training today, and I've got to do what Coach Justin told me to do. Where am I going to find the time?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it just becomes a negative experience. Like, people struggle to do 5 days of training in a row. Like, where the hell are they going to find extra time to do personalized coaching? Add-ons.
Yeah.
Like, again, like this article, I feel like it's redirecting the class-based CrossFit model back to personal training.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what she's trying to say. Well, like, it's an op-ed, so she's giving a thought-provoking conversation piece.
It's op-ed.
Op-ed.
Isn't that maybe she's tackling the whole CrossFit? I mean, the whole CrossFit vibe is health.
Yeah.
So she's trying to like pinpoint all the points of health and fix the brain and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. So the last point that she talks about is for the coach, and she says, look, it's difficult for coaches to make a lot of money just coaching classes. They could be making more money if they were doing more individual sessions, and that's probably not difficult to understand. And she says that coaches don't feel a lot of fulfillment and they don't stick around in the career for a long time.
Yeah, listen, with everything said and done, I think what businesses should ask themselves is, do we need to offer one-on-one coaching? And if the answer is yes, is then promote and advertise coaches as being personal trainers and saying, hey, you can attend classes at this time, and if you want to book personal training, contact this coach and book an hour with them. But maybe don't have such a limited service that someone signing up only has one option.
Yeah.
You know, I would say in this day and age, having the best of both worlds is probably ideal. You know, like I put it out there. If anybody wants to contact me for personal training, they can.
Yeah.
They absolutely can. But then they must adhere to my rate and the times that I have available, because I prioritize coaching the classes.
Prioritizes the podcast.
Yes.
And the podcast, I mean, I could be personal training you right now, Courtney.
So Thursdays at 2 p.m. It's not available.
Not available.
No matter how much money you pay him.
This podcast makes R1,000 an hour, so unless you can pay me 1,200, I'm not interested.
If anybody out there is 1,200 rand, Thursday at 2 o'clock is available.
You can take him.
I'll take it.
He's yours.
Okay, so that's basically all that Emily had to say. And she said that it's just, we've all just fallen into line with the same model and we haven't really thought about it. But it seems like the model kind of works. So I'm not sure she has too many points there. Yeah.
Thanks, Emily.
Thanks, Emily.
We will tag you.
Yes, we're gonna tag her. Do you think there's any way that the model could be improved, Just?
Like I just said now, I think you need to assume that not every member needs to be mollycoddled.
Yeah.
Not every member needs special attention, and there should be a culture around trusting in your community, trusting that the people around you have good knowledge, good experience, and a good grasp on what it takes to lead a healthy and active lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you could look at Matt and be inspired by him as much as you would be inspired by me in a one-on-one setting.
Yeah.
Because Matt's maybe been around maybe a bit longer,
Yeah.
and Matt's picked up on all the tips and tricks that I've shared with him and the rest of the community. I think it's very narrow-sighted to think that the culture in your gym can't be strong enough to rectify many of these issues without having to be on a one-on-one basis.
Yeah. So let's to close off this topic, if we talk about the average client, not the top athlete, just the average person, which is probably me. I'm like the average person in the CrossFit gym. Do you think they would pay more for some personal training sessions included a month in their package? Like 1,000 rand or more, and you get 3 personal training sessions a month. Do you think they'd pay for that?
Well, how important does the average Joe think getting a bar muscle up is? Or whatever?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay 1,000 rand more for 3 personal training sessions.
You must realize that if you're going to take that option, then what you're doing is you're making the 2 products in your gym compete. So you're saying we have classes and we have personal training. Or you can have classes and personal training.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you pay, instead of paying 1.5 grand, you pay 2.5 grand and you get 3 personal training sessions.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, you are then creating a scenario where inevitably that person is going to fall in love with one or the other.
Yeah.
And as a result, that could negatively impact the business, because then they're going to start asking questions like, can I just do personal training?
Yeah.
Or rather, can I just do classes?
Yeah.
And depending on where your business thrives most, you want to make sure that you don't create a scenario where you're like cutting your nose to spite your face.
Yeah. The next one, individual programming for weaknesses. Would you pay extra money in that? Extra 500 rand and for individual programming to work on your weaknesses?
No, it depends on how important it was, but no.
If you're going to the
average Joe, no.
If you're going to the CrossFit Games,
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, average Joe.
Average Joe, is it necessary to do 10 unbroken bar muscle ups?
No, I don't think so. But maybe if someone told me, like, okay, I can get you 50 kilos on your squat this year, I'm going to write you a 12-week program and we're going to repeat it for the whole year, I'd probably pay $500 for that. It's not going to make the gym millions, though. You're not going to get rich off that.
Nobody's retiring tomorrow.
Nope. Would you pay extra for a monthly consultation, like an hour one-on-one with your coach to talk about stuff?
No, not with old Justy. Yeah.
Not with Justy.
Hey.
No. Nutrition coaching, part of your package? Would you pay extra?
Yo, man, I'd like, if I was an average Joe, maybe I'd pay for a quick one of a once-over to explain everything to me.
Yeah.
What's good, what's bad.
Yeah.
Explain all that shit. But no.
Yeah.
That's
Life
it.
coaching?
After that, no.
Life coaching, no. Would you pay extra for life
Does
coaching?
life coaching fall more under the talking about your emotional stress?
I mean, it can be like mentoring even.
Yes, I like that. I think it's an underexplored avenue for a lot of people. I think you got to ask yourself if there was someone who you felt inspired by. I think often an older, wiser, more successful person. I think after having a couple of conversations with someone that could put you on the right trajectory in terms of positivity and motivation around your goals, I think there could be a price put on that.
Yeah.
That would interest me.
Yeah.
So the question you have to ask yourself is, are the coaches at your gym interesting enough to those people signing up?
Yes.
And often that can be a tricky one.
Yeah.
Because yes, probably on the health side, but when it comes to like other life,
like business.
But that's carry on.
Like I don't know if Matt's gonna ask me for financial advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I might not necessarily inspire him to embark on his next entrepreneurial endeavor, because I'm not really a successful entrepreneur until this podcast gets to.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking about while you were saying, like, we're answering these just personal and on average Joes, but like it also depends on how well these people are selling these things.
Yes.
Like if the nutrition coach is like fucking on it and like really amazing, posts online and such a friendly person, you'd be like, hey, maybe I want to go chat to this person. Once a month, because it looks like they're really doing a good job with other people and stuff. So let's imagine they're all amazing, then maybe, maybe more people will.
I think these really could be add-ons. Like you said, individual programming, I said I'd pay for that once off. Matt might pay for nutrition once off. Justin might pay for life coaching or business coaching once off.
Yeah.
Monthly consultations, somebody might pay for that, I don't know.
Okay,
Physio or biokinetics.
Yeah, put the last one out.
Physio or biokinetics, I think people would pay for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I already individually pay for a package.
Yeah.
So I'll go but only if there's a problem.
Yeah.
I should be going for maybe a monthly
maintenance
or bi-weekly maintenance.
Yeah.
But I'm not at that point where I need to, I guess.
I think this is the low-hanging fruit. It's like, guys, we're gonna charge you 500 Rand extra a month, and you can see the physio 3 times. I'd probably take it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Justin, write that down.
Yeah,
he's typing it
right now. I'm making notes.
He's typing it. Yeah. Okay.
So why do we go for that one mainly? Because people just know that a physio is great, a bio is great, because when I'm sore, I need to be rubbed.
And it's someone you trust. You know that they're an expert. Whereas, like Justin said, the life coaching person, your CrossFit coach might not be the best. Yeah.
So we just need everyone out there to become shit hot nutrition life coaches, consultation people.
Yeah.
And then maybe us average Joes would trust them.
Yeah.
And make some money.
Are we gonna make more money?
So just slap a one of these on your bio on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Start posting some what's it called,
inspirational quotes.
And maybe people will come to you.
Yeah.
That's extra $500 there in your pocket.
Yeah, I need more time, hey?
Oh shit.
More time.
Sorry, check his time with this guy.
I saw his calendar the other day.
Was it empty?
On his phone. It's real.
Is it real?
It's really on his phone.
It's real, but it's empty. We all have that calendar.
I just use it for an excuse. I tell people, let me check my calendar. It buys me a few days.
It opens up.
So that's all we've got for today. Except we need to speak about our sponsors for today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So BS Aesthetics is no more.
Yeah.
It has become Herd SA.
Don't forget that.
And it's quite iconic. They're using the black and yellow colorway.
Oh, black and yellow.
Yes,
which
like
seems to be good. I think it's identifiable within the market.
Yeah.
I'm still loving the knee sleeves and the grips.
Anything new?
Wrist wraps are pretty awesome.
What's the best product?
The best product.
Did you have the wrist wrap? I mean the knee sleeves yesterday.
Yeah,
with the pictures on it.
Yeah, with the donuts.
With the donuts.
Were they so tight that they cut off the blood supply to your quads?
No, but they were tight enough to do some pretty amazing pistols.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's what I should do. I need ankle sleeves.
Ankle sleeves?
Yes.
To get amazing mobility.
Yes, in my right ankle that I keep.
You don't think...
Is that why you didn't do Mary?
No, man. I was squatting the other day and I just twisted my right ankle again. The
what?
same one that I twisted when
From squatting?
Yeah, same one that I twisted when I fell down the
Were you trying to fucking
stairs.
do like
one leg.
We're coming up
Were
sideways.
you changing direction?
Was it a clean or just back squatting?
Just squatting, back squatting, yeah.
Why'd you come up? Why did you twist your ankle? Did it slip under the
I think
squat?
I probably just like bounced out too hard at the bottom, just like tweaked it.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's the same one that I hurt when I fell down the stairs. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe those ligaments. Maybe those ligaments are a little weak.
So I need ankle sleeves. Can you organize that for us?
Organize, please.
He's thinking about it.
I'll see what I can do. I'll chat to Hamish. But one thing I will say is they seem to have released their own worm. Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah, I saw that.
To rival that of Advanced Fitness.
Yeah, those guys are quiet, Advanced Fitness.
Very quiet. I think they might be under a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
We should check in with Kevin and ask him what's going on.
Yeah, so whichever one of them releases the ankle sleeve first will probably end up being the winner.
Yeah, being sold to Courtney.
Yes.
Well, many people are using the knee sleeve to protect themselves from rope climbing.
Yeah.
But maybe it's time for
something.
A slightly shorter, more popularized rope climbing sock.
Yeah.
Or maybe just a pair of socks that you wear on your rope climbing day that don't go up to your groin.
Yeah.
So there's an idea for them.
So that's two ideas.
This is proof
Heard SA rope climbing socks.
Yeah, two ideas.
Send them a message.
Ankle sleeves and rope climbing socks.
But now it needs the Norex logo on it because we just gave them an idea.
Yeah. So use code Norex10 and buy your ankle sleeves and rope climbing socks.
Or Justin 10 works as well.
Justin 10.
But Norex 10 will potentially get you.
Use both.
It will be way cooler if you use Norex.
Use both.
Try stack them and see what happens.
Stack them. Yeah. So we got some listener feedback for today.
Do we?
We had really good listener feedback this week. Even though it wasn't on Instagram, it was still listener feedback.
Yeah, I'm trying to find what I got here.
So Matt's finding listener feedback. He always forgets to look before we get to this one.
I used to screenshot it before, but then the listener feedback started dropping. So we got listener feedback in our group here.
We got from Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Mike said he ate a NutriTech bar the day before and he was still dehydrated 24 hours later.
He must just buy himself an Endurade.
Yes.
Sort that out.
Yeah, so thanks Mike. Mike's still dehydrated. Hopefully he's okay by now. He's recovered.
See what else we got here. He said it was the Oreo flavor one that he had.
Oh, really?
But it wasn't even the milk tart one.
Oh, okay, so that's 2 flavors down.
This is in response to the last episode.
Yeah. And there's also Roger. Roger said something.
It's what I imagine a mummy would taste like when unearthed from its sarcophagus.
A yummy mummy.
A yummy mummy. It's what he imagines a yummy mummy tastes like.
Unearthed from his sarcophagus.
Oh, I understood you saying that he would imagine a yummy mummy to taste like a sarcophagus.
I don't know, Roger's going to clarify for us.
No, I just said it wrong.
Come on, Roger.
Oh, Roger.
This is a show that kids listen to.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of praise for the NutriTech bars in the listener feedback. No. Did we get any listener feedback on Instagram?
Yes, we do. Let me just quickly open because I'm going to leave the WhatsApp.
Let's put another rubbish song onto the Instagram.
Yeah, no responses to that one. But Eric, he is... He's ashamed to say that he's behind on the podcast. Been a rough year. Just listened to 18, busy with 19, and we'll likely listen to 20 today.
Ah, good. Thanks, Eric.
So I said we're going to have to discuss if he's still our favourite fan.
Yes.
My manager Sean was telling me this week that his kids listen to our show.
Oh, good.
In the car.
So we've got to stop swearing.
Yeah, they asked for some shout-outs.
Shout-outs, kids.
Hi, Pretorius kids.
Pretorius kids. Don't let dad get injured.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah. Stay in school.
And don't misbehave in the car.
Stay in school. Wear your sunscreen. Don't eat too many sweets.
Yes.
What other good advice for kids?
Do CrossFit.
Do CrossFit and also real sports.
Don't twist your ankle while squatting.
Don't fall down the stairs and twist your ankle.
Eric replied to the story that I put out for questions, and he says, still busy with 20, on my way to top fan status.
Ah, good. Thanks, Eric. Well, it's been a rough year for Eric. Justin, you must organise a psychology session with Eric.
Yeah.
Talk about his problems.
Yes, Eric, I don't have time for that, bro. You just got to get tough and not get injured.
When life gets tough, Eric must get tougher.
Yes.
Justin's going to Egypt. He didn't say that last week.
Yes. Bonus content.
Oh, yeah?
Bonus content.
We qualified for Egypt. We'll go there straight from Brazil.
Who's we?
We, the entire Wolfpack, Cape CrossFit Wolfpack team.
You're getting straight from Brazil?
Well, it's the next month.
What do you mean the next month?
I'm doing March And then in April, I think, is Egypt.
Okay, but you don't mean like straight there, like from Brazil, flying straight to Egypt.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean,
I don't know the dates.
No, we'll come straight back here. We'll do a little bit of prep. We'll do some fundraising, and then
a second fundraiser after the first.
We'll go straight away.
He hasn't even done his first fundraiser yet.
Yes, we're doing the fundraiser on the 16th of February on Camps Bay Beach.
Sunday.
200 Rand entry. We'll be playing beach volleyball. There'll be 2 nets, teams of 5.
Yeah.
We'll be giving every participant a cold brew, an adapt bar, and an Endurade to keep them hydrated and fed.
Those all add up to 100 Rand value.
Yes, the other 100 Rand
it's for Justin.
Goes into the raffle.
Oh, what are we going to win?
Nutritech hamper.
No, hopefully not bars. Yeah.
Herd hamper.
Hopefully ankle sleeves.
Aaaahhhhhhh treatments.
What's that?
That's hair treatments.
With Megan and Duncan Carmichael.
Oh, the
at the Institute of Healthy Aging.
I had that,
You can get derma pens or like vitamin drips.
So
I still need to find out what they're going to be sponsoring.
Okay.
Magnesium.
I need to chat to Mr. Alan Fowlis. I'm sure Dark will be in there with something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Tribeca will be offering some coffee prizes.
Okay.
Cool.
So how do we sign up for this?
You sign up by chatting to Justin Swart.
Yes.
Or Yolandi Deacon. She'll be helping me with payments and sign-ups.
Oh, good. Is she your assistant manager?
She's my assistant manager.
Okay. Good. He's got a whole team.
He's got a whole team behind him, like Matt Fraser.
Yes. Sammy Menes. Does Chelsea also make all your food for you all the time?
Sometimes Thelma assists.
Yes. Today Thelma made Justin's oats for him.
Yes. Right in front of us, yeah.
Yeah, because he couldn't make it himself, apparently.
The benefit out of it was that he didn't have to make it, so he came on time.
Yeah, yes.
There you go.
There we go.
Time is money. That's why I can't see Eric.
Yeah, sorry, Eric. Unless you pay 1,200 Rand, then you can have Thursdays at 2 o'clock.
Yeah. That's right.
So then I can go train for the day.
Correct. I'll give you guys 100 Rand each. You can
Everyone-
eat yourself a Coke and a pie.
Everyone wins.
Everyone wins.
It's the whole Wolfpack's going, but they're all going in individual.
Correct. We're going in all the teen categories. Under 18, under 21.
Yeah.
And then myself and Diane will be going in the open categories.
Open. You up against Bronislav.
Bronislav.
Anderson.
Come on, boys.
There
Come on.
There was another big name.
Bring the heat.
Cody Bronislav.
Mohammed Ilamda.
Is
Ilamda going to be there?
I'm sure he will be. It's just in his backyard.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
There was
Alan
another
Fowlis.
name. Oh, Alan. That was
Alan
the guy.
Fowlis.
Yeah.
Alan's going to be there.
Well, just tell Roger I'm going to go check out that sarcophagus for him and let him know what it tastes like.
It tastes like
Go lick
Nutritech.
Every day saying NutriTech. You must post a selfie with one.
That's where they got the inspiration from.
Boys, I need to move on to my next appointment.
Okay.
I'll tell you the quote of the day and then you can go.
What's that?
Everything is hard before it's easy.
I thought you were going to say everything is hard before it is soft.
Also that.
That too. By Johann Wolfgang von Goethe.
And on that bombshell, it's time to go. Thanks, guys. Email us, noresultsmedia@gmail.com, Norex Podcast, Norex Podcast, Norex Podcast. Sign up to our mailing list. Please donate money to us and come to Justin's fundraiser and just give us money so we can also go to Egypt, me and Matt.
That's
there we
right.
go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Justin's running. He's going to eat his...
Run.
Running.
Quickly.
You take your...
Justin, you left something over here.
Don't have time.
No, he didn't leave anything.
There's cockroaches in this room. Oh no.
Alright.
So Justin's cockroaches are going to come and eat his oats.
Let's just put them into his eyes. His
Yeah.
eyes have gone dark. They've changed colour from the beginning of the podcast. They were white.
Thelma puts